call the town council meeting, June 12th, 2023 to order. And our first order of business would be the invocation and pledge.
All right, let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and thank you for the little bit of rain that you gave us. Certainly hope that we'll get more in the coming days. And Father, we pray for all of our recent graduates. We wish them well in their future endeavors. And wherever their path may lead them, we ask you to guide them and help lead them in the right direction. And Father, as always, we continue prayers for a wonderful town and a wonderful community. And all these things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. We would lead us in pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and we do have a public hearing at 4:15 on the adoption of the 24 budget and setting real estate property tax. Christy's on the way, she'll be here in a few minutes, but we're going to get started with the treasurer's report. Anything besides the minutes? Oh, I'm sorry, yep. Skip minutes. Need the approval of minutes of May 8th, 2023.
I move to approve the May 8th, 2023 minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, now we can move to the treasurer's report.
Thank you. I just have a couple of comments since for the last month of the fiscal year. Just to look at on the report, we have received 100% of our property tax revenue and our income tax revenue and highway users revenue will be coming in this month, or at least right after the end of the year, be contributed and accounted to this budget. Everything else, I think, as far as everything in revenue is on target. And then there's a couple. We had an item in capital outlay in the public works budget that is over budget contributed to our streetlights that we have from our FY23 budget that we moved over to 24. So that's in there just if you're looking at that. And I think that was everything I noted on here. Sorry. If anybody has any other questions about the regular report for this month.
Any other comments, questions? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and we're going to move on to Planning Department, Mike Bailey.
Members, so we have 3 items on the agenda for this June 20th meeting. One is case number 33-23, which is the Dash-In food stores where the Kentucky Fried Chicken and Taco Bell. They're going to be changing that venue from being both to just a Taco Bell. So I'm asking the planning commission to give approval for the facade. No exterior parking lot is being disturbed. We're just going to repair it and restripe it. They are going to be asking for a facade change, get rid of the ski pole on the top, and in my opinion, you're getting rid of a lot of colors. So I think it's going to look a lot nicer, and we're going to look at the second item is the MedStar St. Mary's Hospital normal power service. This is a relatively small addition to the existing power supply building. It's 350 square feet. So they'll be asking for commercial approval and facade approval for that as well. And then the last item is the approval of the 2022 Maryland Department of Planning annual report. And so that's what we're talking about on Tuesday. Okay. Comments, questions? Thank you very much. Sir. And I don't think we got a police report.
Yeah.
Was it one here? Okay. Roszell is actually off today.
Oh, there it is.
Doing a lot of crime prevention, so that's still a good thing throughout all the community.
Okay. We will move on then. You can do that, Roszell.
Okay. The first item is the introduction of ordinance number 217, chapter 62, development impact fees, to repeal section 62(1.1). On May 23rd, 2023, the St. Mary's County Commissioners repealed the school impact fee ordinance and put in place a new excise tax. Our code, chapter 62(1.1), specifically stated that the town would collect the Board of Ed impact fee at the going rate set by the Board of County Commissioners and would forward the fee to the county. Since there's no longer an impact fee, our attorney advised us to go ahead and repeal this ordinance, and then we can explore options to continue to assure that funds get set aside for future school needs by another method, but since they don't, the county doesn't have an impact fee anymore. That's specifically what we requested. So this is just to introduce this ordinance, and then we'll have a public hearing at next month's meeting, and that's some action. Any questions on that?
So technically, we would be the ones distributing.
Well, at this point, we're just repealing, saying that we're not gonna forward an impact fee and collect an impact.
They don't collect the fee themselves.
So what we would have to do is decide, it doesn't have, and that doesn't really affect us, we would have to figure out how we want to handle that, if we want to collect more of that fee, and we would want to just put it aside for, like we do our water and sewer impact fee, how much that is, that sort of thing, we would decide. But as of July 1st, they're not gonna have an impact fee, so to send it to. And then, other than that, I just had, some updates, some significant updates. So we got the Main Street application submitted last week. Yay. I think we're gonna have a very, very quick turnaround on that, and be hearing some good news on that. We also did hear that we received our approval for our arts and entertainment redesignation, so that's a good thing. I really want to say a thank you to Kathy Bailey. She did a lot of work on this application, and I really appreciate her help. We wouldn't have gotten them without her help, at least by this point. So I do appreciate that. We also, our facade grant 4, which is $50,000 for this year, we have met, the committee has met, and we have submitted everything to the state, and we've gotten back approvals on everything we recommended except about 4 projects, so we're waiting on those. I'll probably go ahead and announce the ones that got back this week sometime. And then we are submitting an application for another $50,000 for next year to just continue on the program because it has been so successful. The archways for the waterfront and the downtown district, the bases should be going in for those any day. I don't think they were going to be done by June 30th, which was the hope, but very soon after. We'll probably have to give a little short extension on those, but I think they have pretty much everything ready to go on those. And then, of course, the big news is the duck, and August 4th through the 6th. Thousands of people are so excited, and I think it's going to be really cool. There's a lot of coordination that has to happen, but we've been contacted by so many businesses who want to participate, and I think we're just going to get inundated with tourists. So just putting those plans together and how we're going to handle that, I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, it's just amazing with the activity on Facebook. So we'll see how that goes. So.
The hotel's already sold out for the weekend.
That's crazy. Awesome. And like I was off and just getting a call, like, what is this duck? Like everybody's wanting rooms. I mean, it's just going to bring in so many people. I mean, for the investment, the initial cost is $9,500, but we do plan on putting out sponsor packages. I just need to put the packages together. We've already had sponsors for all of the
the kind of coordination set up for a forklift that we need and for the cement barricades to strap it down at the wharf. And so everything else has been donated to this point, and then we'll put out sponsor package to help offset the $9,500. But I mean, I saw ridiculous things being thrown
I was
around
gonna
on
say, there
Facebook
was
as far
comments
as pricing.
that
It's
the
not
taxpayers of Leonardtown would
No.
have to take care of
Not
this.
true. Not true.
Or the
And
county.
I think the businesses are just so excited about it and the potential for bringing in people. And, you know, we'll show Jaws on, at the wharf on Saturday night. We're really making it a waterfront celebration. It's the 15th anniversary of the wharf brand, opening. So I think that's kind of how we're going to be promoting it. And there's I just think it's going to be phenomenal, but it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm kind of like, oh, what did I do? But anyway, I was working on this for a year, so I'm just really excited that we were able to get it. It actually leaves here and goes to the Detroit Auto Show. So Leonardtown hasn't been on the East Coast since 2019. Has a huge following all over the country. It's just crazy. It's so crazy.
I'm now following it on Facebook.
Are you?
Yes. Will they like deflate it and then inflate it here?
Yeah, so it's not in the water
Yeah.
because it can't float on the water. It has to be on a barge, and it's so unstable that then they have to put it down every time the wind is a little, and people get so disappointed. So now they do it on land, but it'll be right at the water's edge, at the wharf. So they bring it in by truck.
Okay.
So they'll bring it in Thursday night. We have certain requirements that we have to have people to help there, and like I said, everything's been donated. We have to have concrete blocks that they actually tether it to, and so everything's falling into place.
Do you need our help at all, Roszell? Like, what do
I
you
need all the volunteers.
I'll volunteer. I will help.
We have all the Jeep groups or whatever.
There you go.
So I'm thinking I might be able to get some of the Jeepers to add some volunteers possibly. So we have a smaller committee meeting on Wednesday to try to start putting the details together, and then I'll be having a coordination meeting with the police, and so
Do you want, if you need help, send it to me.
Oh,
I'll show up.
Absolutely, thank you. And I think that was, one last thing, we did receive our Banner City Award again this year. 45 towns received that, but we are one of only 5 towns that have received the award every year since 2007.
Nice.
So that's pretty significant.
That's great.
And thank you to Terry, because she always makes sure we get all the signatures we need and gets it submitted on time. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Still have about a few minutes left before we open the public hearing. As far as my report goes, I wasn't at the LBA meeting Friday. You want to give a little
Yeah, it was very well
background?
attended. We talked a lot about the Doug. We talked about all the events that are happening this summer, concerts and the fireworks. We actually had a meeting this morning with the fireworks people that are putting off the fireworks at the Labor Day concert. It was just a really positive, upbeat, very well attended meeting.
Okay.
And you wanted to announce the ethics member, the appointment?
Oh,
Yeah. Athol.
oh, yes. Let's see, we need to vote on that?
No, that was just you announcing the.
That's right,
appointment.
okay.
It was your.
Yeah, that's right. I decided to put Matt Hall on the Ethics Commission, so. Yeah. Pardon?
It's a very nice, I don't know who that is, but very nice.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
pastor
okay, very
at South.
good, very good, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Lives right here in town also.
Great. Awesome addition. Is that's the backfill for the planning and zoning?
No,
No, this is the Ethics Commission.
Oh, no, I meant, because the ethics person left to go to planning and zoning, right?
No, that was Board of Appeals.
Okay,
Right,
sorry.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apologies, thank you.
He left, Mary Cox, that's right.
yeah. So, yeah, we'll be looking to do that.
Very nice.
Okay. Well, why don't we move on to council reports? Events, Heather.
I'm just amazed seeing all of the people in town. And yesterday I had brunch here in town, and just seeing all of the cars driving around with all the paddle boards and kayaks and bikes and everything. I'm loving it. So lots happening this summer, of course. I know Roots Up has the kids camps down on the wharf. Many markets. I'm looking forward to Latrice coming, I think in a couple of weeks, right?
23rd,
Yeah.
I think it is.
The 24th.
24th.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I think Doc Martin and the Flannels, they're coming July 15th, so that one looks good. Over the weekend too, I know Port of Leonardtown is hopping. There's no parking. Like it's all the way out to the road. So yesterday for the princess, I think they had like a princess sing along. It was pretty packed there. I wasn't even able to get in there to attend it. So just lots of good things going on. And then
The plane rides, they were busy all weekend. I mean, they were going out Saturday
Yeah.
and Sunday, so, yeah.
it's just, and the new.
It is noisy.
I wanted to like kind of Tony and the team. What an amazing job down there for the drop. It looks so good.
The new
So
kayak
good.
launch with the Moby mat, that was actually a design by DNR. They're using it all over the state, very well received, so. There were a couple comments about it, sand surrounding it, but there's actually RC6 packed that they can, there's a very short little section that a wheelchair could get from the brick pavers to the ramp, but you just can't really see it from the pictures. It looks like sand, but it's actually RC6 packed. And I was down there earlier today. You can, it's very hard surface. So.
Very good. So good job to the team.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. Nick, Community Development and Planning.
All right, thank you, Mayor. I really don't have much to report on. I know the Route 5 work was supposed to start up yesterday evening. I don't know if they were out there or not.
I think they delivered some equipment and everything.
They were moving codes
Yeah,
around.
so hopefully it actually begins tonight.
There's spray paint on the road now that I didn't notice.
They were out there. I saw some
Yeah.
lights. We still moving the pole. I think, which was good. Right.
Yeah, at least there was some movement, so that's good. Hopefully they'll start up tonight. The only other thing I wanted to mention is this Wednesday at 6 o'clock, the Flag Day ceremony at the Governmental Center. I will be there. So hopefully everyone comes out for that. That's always a fun event. There's free food, so can't beat it. It's always a great time. But otherwise, that was everything for me.
Great, thank you very much. Christy, utilities.
I don't really have much on utilities, but I just want to echo what others have said is the people walking around town during the weekends, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's like you just stop and wait for people because they're crossing everywhere, so it's good to see towns. It's crazy. It really is. It's wonderful. Yeah. That's really all I have.
Okay, thank you. Jay, Southern Maryland Municipal Association.
Do we want to do
It's
the
after
public
4:15.
meeting?
You want to just wait?
Let's just finish this up and they'll go right into that, so, yeah.
All right, thank you. I don't have much, and I'll be honest with you, I do not have an update on our next Southern Maryland Municipal Association meeting. Terry, unless you have something, it was supposed to be Chesapeake Beach. I have not heard anything. The biggest thing is June 25th to the 28th is our Maryland Municipal League Summer Conference in Ocean City. So I'll be attending that, and I know a few others are going as well, so I'm looking forward to that. That's always good. A lot of educational resources that they offer there. Other than that, Mayor, I think that's all I have. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. And Mary, Business Development and Retention.
Like everybody's said, downtown Leonardtown is happening. In fact, Saturday, I took the kayak with a bunch of us, and we all went down, kayaked down the McIntosh. And guys, I am not a nature person. That's not really my deal. But it was great. We did it, and then we went to the winery and, hung out there for a little while and kayaked back. Fantastic. Everybody's excited about the ducks, so I brought gifts for all of us for the town council. These are made by a local 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And so we've been really having a lot of fun, talking about some of the different things and
Yeah, we've seen several different things already.
some of the fun things. So
I'm ready to do a fundraiser.
I've got ducks
I
for
can have a
everybody.
nonprofit.
And, having a bunch of, my whole family's engineers. I'm gonna do you. They're
Thank you, Mary. Yeah, that's lovely.
Thank you.
That is so thoughtful.
Love it.
But having, trying to come up with like a duck run, like how could we actually get like a duck, where you could pull ducks and get numbers or something,
Yeah,
like
we have a
little
lot of good
water
ideas
troughs
floating
and
out
stuff.
there, but we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
lots of little things. So anyway, so that's what I have.
Thank you very much. Okay. I'd entertain a motion to close the regular meeting and open the public hearing.
I move to close the regular meeting and open the public hearing in reference to Ordinance 216, adopting the FY24 budget and setting the real property tax rate.
I'll second.
Second, Mary, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll just kick it off and then
Yep.
Angie's gonna take over.
Okay.
So this ordinance was introduced at the May 8th, 2023 Town Council meeting and advertised on the town website and in the County Times on May 25th as far as the public hearing. You did have a copy of the public hearing ad in your packet. At the end, after the public hearing, we would close the hearing. You will have the opportunity to adopt ordinance number 216 and set the tax rate as well as the utility rates for the year. And we'll talk about all of that during the presentation by Angie. So,
Okay.
you want Angie to do the overview and then take public comments?
Please. Yep.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank both Jackie and Laschelle for all their help, especially Laschelle. I've been joining at the hip, my desk trying to go through. I mean, Rebecca left incredible spreadsheets, but to go back and, figure them out, it was amazing. But Laschelle and Jackie helped me quite a bit, and I appreciate that very, very much. Excuse me. So with this being our first budget, we were very conservative, and so I'm going to just highlight some of the main items. I won't read the entire budget commentary. So in the budget, we have two funds. We have the general fund and the enterprise fund, and the general fund is more the day-to-day activities for the town. With the community development, planning and zoning, public works, public safety, parks and recs, and everything, and then the government activities. And then we have the enterprise fund, which includes the operation and maintenance of water and sewer facilities and the collection of trash and recyclables for the citizens and businesses of Leonard County. So in our general fund, the largest revenue source is our income tax. In the FY24 budget as well, that represents 40.2% of operating revenue and is the same as the FY23 budget. The real property tax is the second largest revenue source, and it represents 31.8% of the operating revenue. The budgeted amount of $790,000 is 2.5% higher than the FY23 budget. The Maryland Department of Assessments and Taxation calculated the town's constant yield tax rate to be 0.1203 cents per $100 of assessed value. And this budget reflects that constant yield tax rate. The next largest revenue source is the highway user revenue for the town's snow removal and road maintenance. Total general fund expenses are $3,092,864, which includes $655 and $464 to pay the FY 2024 one-time capital items and commitments for future capital projects. The balance of $2,437,400 is appropriated for recurring operating expenses and represents a 15.5% increase over the FY23 operating budget. Increases in road maintenance, grounds maintenance, and salaries and benefits is what is the majority of the increase. The recommended budget includes a project that was not completed in FY23 and moved to FY24, which was to repair the brick pavers of the ward. It's estimated to cost $124,921. As the town wrapped up major downtown revitalization efforts in FY22, the mayor and council turned their attention to revitalization of the waterfront. The town has invested in significant professional consulting services to develop a framework upon this plan for future improvements. The mayor and council have made a commitment of $311,463 in the FY 2024 budget to be set aside for the waterfront revitalization. Each year during the budget cycle, the mayor and council re-examine the level of general fund unassigned fund balances. Our goal is to achieve 50% of our operating budget. This FY '24 recommended budget exceeds that goal and is predicted to result in unassigned fund balance of 60.69% at the end of the fiscal year. So our other fund is our enterprise fund, and within the enterprise fund is our wastewater system. The purpose of this department is to operate, maintain, and repair the wastewater treatment plant, the sewage collection system, and all sewer pump stations. The FY 2024 recommended operating budgets for the wastewater treatment plant and sewer collection system combined for an 8.49% increase over the FY 2023 approved operating budgets. The 2% annual increase will be needed to meet this year's operating budget for collections wastewater treatment plant departments. A significant reserve replacement fund is in place, but will not be added to in this budget. Of significant importance is the amount of ENR debt service expense and the newly acquired debt service expense for the current expansion underway. It is by far the largest line item in the budget. The funding of the ENR debt service is shared by Metcom in the same proportion as their share of 20.19% of the original $7,500,000 debt. The remainder is funded from Leonardtown sewer impact fees, and both of these revenue sources are itemized on page 5 of the budget document and will continue on for the 20-year loan amortization period. The new $9 million 20-year term loan, 20-term expansion loan from CBA will require repayment beginning October of 2023. However, significant interest being earned on the funds until drawdown will offset some of the debt service this budget year. And in addition to that, the sewer impact fees were increased to cover the new debt service in 2022. The water system, the town currently operates and maintains 2 elevated storage tanks, 1 primary and 2 backup pumping wells, and many miles of distribution line. The recommended FY 2024 operating budget for the water system is 10% higher than the 2023 approved operating budget. This increase is attributed to a hydrant testing project required every 5 years. A 10% repair and replacement reserve is fully funded, as well as a generous amount of contingency funding. It should also be noted that there is a Leonardtown ordinance in place that calls for annual 2% increases in utility rates. The council has agreed that waiving this increase for the water service charges will not put undue financial pressure on the current FY '24 or future financial health for the town's water budget. And then our trash collection, as previously discussed in March of 2023, the town council negotiated a 2-year contract extension with WB Waste Solutions, and this extension has resulted in a 26.15% total increase, with residential increasing $16.29 per quarter, and commercial seeing larger increases due to rising operational costs nationwide. Under capital projects, we only have 1 new project that has been added to the FY '24 capital projects budget. It is a small sewer slip line project at the wastewater treatment plant. Construction of another water storage tower to serve new customers remains the top water system priority, and this water tower will be funded from existing impact fees on hand, loan proceeds, and some of the state and local fiscal recovery funds from the ARPA funds. In 2019, the council approved an increase in the water impact fee for this specific project. 1 water main replacement project remains in the budget, with a special focus on improving connectivity in certain parts of the distribution system. Construction of an additional well for potable water has been changed to FY 2025, and exterior painting of the 500-gallon Tudor Hall Wade water tower is scheduled for FY 2025. Expansion of the wastewater treatment plant from its current treatment capacity of 680,000 gallons to 1 million gallons per day began in spring of FY 2023 and remains on target for completion in 2024. This expansion will be funded from existing impact fees on hand, loan proceeds, and some of the state and local fiscal recovery funds allocated to Leonardtown from the federal government's passage of our Act. Required debt service will be funded from impact fees charged to new customers. A reevaluation of the current sewer impact fee was approved in FY 2023. The replacement of the sewer pump station at McIntosh Run remains on the capital project budget, and a placeholder of $500,000 is included in the FY 2024. So we have put together a very conservative and achievable FY 24 budget, while lowering our tax rate to the constant yield, and along with the 2% increase in the sewer rates and then the trash increase rates, but not increasing the water utility bills. So thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Well, first we'll ask the public if they have any content, any questions. Did we receive any?
No.
No comments at all? Okay. Any comments from the public on the budget proposal? Okay. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing and open their regular meeting again.
I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing and reopen our regular meeting.
Okay.
I'll second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you very much. Any comments, questions?
Well, I would just say first, and this is I think it's a great budget. I mean, thank you all, Laschelle, Angie, Jackie, for all your work on this. And I think this addresses all the needs of the town with everything, all the new projects coming up. And it's, great that we can lower the tax rate, a little more money in everybody's pocket. And things are tough right now, so I think this is a great budget. I think it works for the town. I think we're in good shape.
Agreed, and I like that it's forward-looking as well, so good job. Thank you.
And just kind of reiterate with all the new expansion of the plant, that's actually paid by the people that will be connecting to it, not the regular citizens.
Not the current customers.
Current customers, right. So just to kind of clarify that. So. Okay, any
Christy's
comment?
going to attest to how much the chemicals and.
Oh, yeah, the rates of chemicals, we can't even, I don't think, secure pricing anymore. It's kind of a month-by-month
So that's what
thing.
the
So it's
2% increase in the sewer
Right.
is, but it's not the debt service for
Right.
the expansion.
Right, yeah, and I think with the contingency money we have, to help with any of that, or reserves that we have, so to cover any of that. Yeah, it's hard to do estimates right now.
That's so crazy.
Okay.
It's wild, it really is.
I'll just say to Angie, thank you, Laschelle, thank you, and Jackie, thank you. I think a lot of work went into this and very time consuming, but Leonardtown truly feels in good shape, so thank you.
Okay, any other comments, questions? Anyone care to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. I move to approve ordinance number 216 to adopt the FY24 budget and set the real property tax rate.
I'll second.
Motion and second, further discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all very much.
I guess we need to adjourn.
And anything else?
I did have one other thing of the passing of Johnny Wood on Friday.
Yeah.
Certainly a big loss to the whole community.
Yeah. And also another resident, Tommy Breslin, who I went to ripen with. They passed away. So, yeah. Yep. So, entertain a motion to adjourn? Oh, sure.
The 2024 elections are 11 months away, when we start discussing the council election.
After January, we set the calendar for the elections, and there's a calendar that shows when everything, like when the deadline is for filing, when we have to start advertising and all of that. So, yeah, it'll be right after the first part of the year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else for the good of the town? Not hearing anything, anyone care to make a motion?
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Pretty quick, 35 minutes.
What do you say? 4:35?
Like, we were gonna be out in like 10 minutes.
Can we get a picture with the
Like it.
ducks? Can we get a picture with the ducks?
Yeah.
Oh, she did. Okay.